Has anything tried to hurt anybody in this room?
People have said they've been scratched. A girl said, I was actually here the night she got slapped, but she didn't get slapped. She felt the sting, like the after effect, and you could see a full-on handprint on her cheek. This bathroom here, a lot of people will not use, but this bathroom and the other bathroom were one room. This bathroom, I actually put my recorder in here before you guys got here, so I don't know if anything's on it. But I do pick, it seems weird to put a recorder in the bathroom, but I get yelled at a lot from a gentleman in here. So that's the bathroom.
A lot of yelling.
Lots of yelling. I don't know if anything's on here, but I can try and play it if you, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just say the bathroom, but, oh, now he's creepy.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Oh, that actually startled me. Oh, man, I'm jumpy.
The reason, I'll say the reason he's here is because the mannequin, so there's part of the yelling. I can't, there's lots of moving around in there, but I don't know what he's doing. So the mannequin.
So wait, so that's...
I put this in right before you guys got here.
No.
Yeah, I get yelled at a lot in that bathroom. I don't...
Wait.
Because I...
That is one of the most violent voices I've ever heard.
And so when I put it up here, I went downstairs and just laid on that little settee in the dining room. I didn't even come back up here once I put this up. And I put them in weird spots. Okay, he's still going.
So let me, real quick, you put this upstairs before we got here.
Right before you got here, yep.
And nobody's been up here.
I want to say I put it up about, because I didn't know what time you guys were coming, so I put it in here about 2:45. I don't even know what time it is now. Yeah.
30, 40
And it's only
minutes?
voice activated, so it's only going to pick up if something, and I have only been downstairs, I've been downstairs the whole time, other than when I put this up here, because it's cooler down there. So,
Well,
yeah.
so why do you think the yelling?
I think that might have been the room he committed in. And when I put it there, I said, Charles, is this your room? Or Peter? Now, Peter was his brother. I get a lot of Peters here. Peter's picture actually flew off of the bookcase. And I should have shown you when we were in the library. There is a picture, there are two pictures of two guys. One is Peter, one is Fred. Those were Charles's older brothers. So Mrs. McInteer, the second one, who had 3 sons from a previous marriage, she had Peter, Fred, and Charles. And Charles was the only one that lived here with her. Peter and Fred eventually lived here, but they never met Mr. McInteer. And they didn't die here. Charles did.
And that's very clearly a man's voice.
Yes.
And if you're here alone,
yes. And
it
he's
would
still
be
going.
physically impossible for you to even make that.
Yeah. And I do put them in, well, I don't know how long he's just moving around a lot.
Can we walk back into that room real quick?
Yeah.
I'm going to use this for the beginning of the documentary.
Yeah.
So this is the room where these voices were just recorded.
Yep, I actually had it setting right here. And I just said, Charles, is this your room? Or Peter? And I shut the door and went downstairs. We do get lots of Stephanies here, and that makes me a little uncomfortable. But
Yeah, so that's a very eerie voice.
yeah, and that's actually subtle compared to what I normally get. It's normally just screaming. The shower, sometimes like that.
I've never heard anything like that.
The shower behind you, I was actually in that shower, and there is There's, the bars of soap, and then when they start. Is that a whistle?
Yeah.
We get lots of whistles.
Okay, man.
Yep. So the bar of soap, I was sitting there just washing my hair, and I watched it, and he starts just doing this. And there's something about this bathroom.
And this is the bathroom people don't like to come into?
Yes, a lot of people will not use this bathroom. Mm-hmm.
Because
they just feel very uncomfortable. Now, something mimics people here. Like I've heard my husband talking to me. I was in the shower, and he was out mowing. People have heard me talking to them. Right now, am I the only person that feels a breeze?
I did.
You just felt a breeze?
I did.
Yeah, okay. I just felt a breeze.
Is there a vent in here?
No, and we have no AC. Okay, I'm glad you felt it, because I just felt a breeze.
Kind of come like this.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe because you're playing the voice out loud?
Maybe so. Because normally I don't play it in here. I play it out there. I mean, I could even put it back and we could finish the tour and then see if anything talked even then.
Yeah.
All haunted places have a story to tell. It can be tragic, it can be scary, and it can be very dangerous. This is Colin Browen, and these are the Paranormal Files.
Okay. Go for it.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Neal, and I own the McInteer Villa in Atchison, Kansas. Come on in and I will take you around the house.
All right.
The house was built in 1889, finished in 1 year for $14,000 for Mr. John McInteer and his first wife, Alice. The house was finished in 1890. Mr. McInteer was a saddle and harness maker in Atchison. He was one of the wealthiest men in Kansas. He had the largest convention hall in Kansas. It held 2,000 people. They had baseball games, political speeches. There was actually a roller rink inside the building. It was just down the street at 732 Commercial Street. This house was built on the hill in town. The rich people in Atchison did not allow Mr. McInteer to build his house on their side of town because he was from Ireland and not from here. So he built his house on the hill, and there is stained glass all over the house. Most people would have it at the front door or just one window. He has it all over with his name etched on the back side of the house, McInteer Villa, it's outside, as an FU. It faces the rich people. And he had more money than they did. So,
Interesting.
yeah, so it's pretty cool. The front door where you guys came in, actually, there are 3 or 4 front doors, and none of those were the front door. The front door is actually through a pocket door through here, which the front door is no longer there, it's boarded up. There's a decorative front porch that is right here. This used to be the front porch, or the front door. This was the second Mrs. McInteer. His first wife died after 1 year. Mr. McInteer remarried 3 years later. Her name was Anna. She had 3 sons from her previous marriage. Her youngest son, Charles, is the only one that moved here with her. After Mr. McInteer, after all the McInteers and Conlins, which was Anna's maiden name, after they all passed away, the home became a boarding house from 1925 to 1952. I don't have any information on what happened during the boarding house time frame, but 1952, Isabel Altus, or Goldie, she purchased the home with the hopes of restoring the home from boarding house time frame to kind of what I've done, I believe. I read in an article that she ran out of funds and kind of just, I want to say let it go, but it needed a lot of work. When she sold the house in 1969, she sold the house to Mr. and Mrs. Girardi. They purchased it in 69, moved in 1976, and they both passed away in the home also. I bought the house from their 4 children in 2018. So I will walk you through the home and tell you things that I've experienced, or tell you things that may have to do with the history of the home, and we can go from there.
Perfect. Okay, where next?
Okay, so let me make sure this is, well, this right here, I will show you. This has always been the dining room. When the house was built, this kitchen, this used to be the mud room back in the day. So the servants actually lived, there was a 2-story carriage house in the backyard. It's now a 1-story garage. But the servants lived in the carriage house on the 2nd floor. They would walk around to one of those front doors and it would enter into the kitchen. There is a door, if you'd like to come through here, we can stand in here. There's a door right here that, I don't know if you can see or not. This used to be the kitchen right here. And I just have it locked off when people do spend the night. That's my room. So when I spend the night here, I just have my stuff in there. I'm going to eventually open it up because 2 people did pass away in that room. So this used to be the kitchen. We believe this was probably a hallway. We just have it as tools and little storage. As a hallway, we believe it was a hallway going down into the dining room.
Mm-hmm.
And we can go back through here. And I will.
Thank you.
Out of all of the, well, it's original woodwork, original wood floors, original fireplaces. There are 5 fireplaces. This is not original. We believe that's part of the hallway that the servants would come down and enter into the dining room. So, paranormal-wise, while we're in here, the kitchen is, well, it's super uncomfortable for me. It's if I'm spending the night here by myself, I stay in my room. I lock my door. There's just movement. I say cupboard because I'm old. So cupboards or drawers, they'll be wide open. It's always the ones that I've already been in. So it makes you second guess yourself. Like, did I open that? Did I close that? What's that noise? So the kitchen's very uncomfortable for me. The dining room is just as uncomfortable. We've had an extra face appear in one of the mirrors in the dining room. It's actually appeared right in the beveled part of this mirror. And I'll send that to you. It's plain as day. I wouldn't have believed it if I weren't here. And as we walk through, you'll probably see a ton of security cameras for security, but also it can debunk things. I can say, no, somebody was in the hallway, or no, somebody was standing there. I've tried so many times to recreate that and I can't. But it's just plain as day another person standing here. They're standing there. So that's the dining room. This we call Goldie's room, or Goldie's parlor. Goldie, who had the house from 1952 to 1969, she passed away in this rocking chair right here. The rocking chair was actually sitting by the fireplace, facing the windows. The kids across the street, there's a building across the street that is a daycare center. It used to be an elementary school, Franklin Elementary School. And the kids would break her windows, call her a witch. They would dare each other to cross the street and touch the house. They were just mean to Goldie. She died with her hand on a pistol, I believe, just protecting herself. Like I said, I've stayed here by myself, and you second guess everything. I couldn't imagine being here, just living here for that many years, knowing things are going on in the house, but also kids trying to break in. That's probably why her hand was on a pistol. She died of natural causes when she was 75 in 1969. So this room we just call Goldie's room. There's a room over here, and I honestly am not sure what it was used for. So I call it the man parlor. And there's a restroom in here, which obviously wasn't a restroom back in the day. I used to tell these double doors, they're sealed up, but I'm assuming maybe this was an office. Somebody told me it might have been a viewing room for funerals, that a body would come in, double doors, and the living were not allowed to exit or enter the same room as the deceased. So they would probably enter this room and exit that this way. There were viewings in the home, but I was told they were in a different room. So I'm not really sure what this room is used for. We just have it as, when people do spend the night, there's TV, there's, it's just a comfortable room people can sleep in. I used to say this is the least active room, and now I can't say that. Some people think this is one of the most active rooms. You hear a male pacing back and forth in front of the TV. We've had voices. The bathroom in here, you have to excuse the wallpaper that I tried to remove 3.5 years ago. That is impossible to remove. But the water has turned on by itself a few times, hot water. And I didn't believe it at first. And then I was here one night and it did it. And I'm like, okay, now I get it. Children do not like this room. We've had babies in here while I'm giving a tour and they just scream. There's something about this bathroom. I don't know what it is, but So I can't say this is the least active room anymore. This room over here, am I talking too fast?
No, no,
Okay.
no.
This room is the piano room.
Wow.
So
It's like a gothic dream.
I know it's awesome. I love this room. So I don't think I've said so far, but we've had 9 documented deaths. One of them was a suicide. Goldie, who was one of the 9 deaths, she was a piano teacher. This is the first thing I brought in, the piano. I closed on January 18th, and January 18th I had a piano delivered. That was the very first piece of furniture I had in. I've actually heard the piano playing. It's just one key. It sounds like a doorbell, but our doorbells don't work, so something with the piano. Now, it's never played. I'd probably leave if it did. But she was also a classically trained violinist and played in the Denver Orchestra. She worked for the FBI in San Francisco. She was a stenographer at the police department here in Atchison. I cannot find a picture of her anywhere. I have tried and tried, cannot find a picture of her. Can't find a picture of Mr. McInteer either. Now, I understand Mr. McInteer because some people just didn't like their picture taken, but Goldie, with being in the Denver Orchestra or the FBI, I cannot find a picture. I found books where her name is in it stating that she worked for the FBI, but no picture. So that's why there's a piano, and that's why there is a violin. This room here, honestly, I have to say I don't investigate in this room too often. A lot of people do. A lot of people investigate this main floor. I just prefer the second floor, if you ask me. If we're going for a creep factor, it's the second floor or the basement. So I'll take you guys upstairs to the second floor.
I definitely love the look of this room.
I love this room. It's oh my gosh, yes. And I never have them closed unless it's summer because of the heat. But yes, they all work except, well, this one does work. The summer it swells up, so it's kind of stuck. So this is, well, let me start here. This is what used to be the main entrance. These were the double doors to the main entrance, where the lady was standing on that porch. She was right out this door. This.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, all right. Thank you.
Oh, jeez. Whoa.
That was paranormal. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is, I'm not a psychic, a sensitive, a medium, but I will say that when something feels off, it feels off. I've never felt off under here. It just goes all the way underneath the stairs. People give me little baby dolls. So that's why that's there. And there's another one at the end there. But people have told me that there are children that play hide and seek under here. And we have very clearly heard little girl voices, babies crying. So it doesn't surprise me that there are a lot of children here. Well, I don't know any children that have passed away here except for a 4-day-old baby. Other than that, it could have been when it was a boarding house. I'm not sure, but we've picked up quite a few children voices. And so now we'll go upstairs where that noise was.
So before we go up here, you think that this is the creepy part of the house?
The second floor?
The second floor?
Yes. Yep. The basement looks like you're going to get murdered. It does. It looks like Silence of the Lambs kind of feels like that, but it looks like you're going to get murdered. 7 rooms. The upstairs, though, is my least favorite, if that makes sense. It's just it's uncomfortable for me. I don't like it.
Okay.
So
Cool.
we'll go up here. The woodwork. I will say, Mr. McInteer, well, I was told that he was very religious, very Catholic. The thinking was man is not perfect, only God is. And so I guess the architect type is like perfectly imperfect. So like the 6 banisters, they're all similar, but there's something different about each one. So that's the perfectly imperfect. And I've been told that there's, on the outside of the house, that there's same kind of design, like everything will be the same and then one little thing will be off. So I haven't found it yet because I look kind of silly staring at the house. I've tried though. This is the hallway I was telling you that, well, out of the entire second floor, it's the hallway. And it's not because there are creepy babies down there, but there are creepy babies. This door, it opens by itself. There's no latch. A lot of people do debunk it. If I open up a door down here, it will open up. That's not paranormal. If nobody's here and you hear a click, click, and it opens up all the way, I can't explain it. Still not saying it's paranormal, but it's off. It's odd. this room here is a lot of purple. This room, I had a storage. I don't know what it was back in the day. I've just had all of my stuff in here. Like, I couldn't even open the door. And I put my recorder in here one day and got screamed at. And so I cleared it all out the next day and still continue getting screamed at. There's a little girl voice in here that has been captured saying, "Are you here to play with me right now?" A gentleman who yells a lot. So I'm not sure what it was used for. Maybe an extra room during the boarding house time period, but other than that, I don't know. So that is that room. The room over here, excuse me, is, I call this room, well, I should just call it a sitting room, but I call it Lucy's parlor because my dog's name is Lucy and she's the devil, so she's Lucifer. So people will say, "I went to Lucy's parlor." This is Lucy's parlor. A lot of people like this room. It's very comfortable for people. I like this room, but the voices in this room. It's plain as day conversations. People, you hear, that sounds weird to say, but you can hear people having conversations and you cannot make out what they're saying. I slept on this couch here, put my recorder on the coffee table, and there was a man talking in full-on sentences for a good 10 minutes. And it makes me think, this is gonna sound silly, but the movie The Others, where I'm like, am I the dead person? It sounds weird, but I'm like, am I the dead person? Am I supposed to touch that cat ball? I mean, I don't know. So it's kind of funny, like he's just going about his business and I'm just here. So we believe this is part of the master back in the day, because the master bedroom, there are 3 rooms connected. You'll have to excuse my painting. I just started painting this room. This room here is the master, and we think all 3 rooms are connected. I don't have many pictures of family members, but this is after Mr. McInteer passed away in 1902. His second wife, Anna, she continued living here with her youngest son, Charles. Her brother, Charles, who was a prominent judge in Atchison, and his wife moved in. So we think this is probably the master because it's the only one on the 2nd floor with a fireplace. The 4 fireplaces are downstairs, 1 is up here. This is the Judge Conlon. So this was Anna's brother. He is the one that found his nephew Charles after he committed suicide. I'll go back. Mrs. McInteer, the second wife, her mother passed away here. Her name was Anna. Then Anna passed away here. John passed away here in 1902. After John passed away, Charles moved in. In 1916, Anna McInteer, the second Mrs. McInteer, she passed away. In 1918, her son Charles entered the service. He didn't have to enter the service, so I'm not sure why he did, but he didn't have to enter the service. He entered in 1918, contracted the Spanish flu immediately when he was in France, home in 1919. The newspaper article said in 1922 he had supper, he took a headache pill, went upstairs to his room. I don't know which one was his room, I kind of guess, but went upstairs to his room, and 5 minutes later his uncle Charles, which is in the picture here, heard a gunshot. He shot himself in the right temple with a .22 caliber rifle, and it lodged in the left side of his brain for 2 hours, and then he died. Died somewhere in the home. I just don't know which room it was in. I'm assuming it is not in any of these 3 rooms because it's the master. So there's a shadow person that has been captured. The shadow person was captured in between these 2 rooms, and full on, the full body and glowing eyes. This hallway is my most uncomfortable part of the entire house. There are shadows, there are voices, the footsteps are insanely loud. They are like heavy boots. Like and they're in 3s. It's boom, 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 and you cannot tune out the vibration. It comes right up to you. This room here used to be my room when I first bought the house, and I would lock it off to people. It's so active, I had to open it up. So this room here is now the library. Well, I'm not sure if this side was in this room or if it was in, there's a bathroom here, and then there's a bathroom at the end of the hallway that used to be 1 room when the house was built. Those bathrooms are super active, and I can't prove it because there are no cameras in the bathrooms, but they're really active. A lot of people refuse to use those 2 bathrooms, but it could have been when that was 1 room, could have been in this room. It could have been even in the kids' room down the end of the hallway. I'm not sure which one. But this room here, the door handle jiggles a lot. I keep the doors closed just because the door handle does jiggle quite a bit. This door is not the easiest to open, and it actually does open. It opens about this much, but it's a struggle for even me to open it. So this room here, I just got a recording about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I put my recorder on the inside of the room, but behind the door. And it said, "You didn't get permission." And it was very robotic. And I do this because it was like a tracheotomy voice. Like, "You didn't get permission." That's gonna sound bad. Like, "You didn't get permission." And it was really just like, I don't know what I need permission for, but also a little kid saying hi, very clearly. So lots of different activity in this, lots of different things happening here. Kid voices, the door, male voices, shuffling around a lot. Like I said like a plastic bag, like just somebody who's crinkling it up in here. The doors and the cupboards open up quite a bit in here. So that's the library. And I'll take you down the hallway to the other bathroom that, do you want me to turn the lights on?
No.
Okay.
This is great.
Okay. This bathroom here, a lot of people will not use, but this bathroom and the other bathroom were one room. This bathroom, I actually put my recorder in here before you guys got here, so I don't know if anything's on it. But I do it seems weird to put a recorder in the bathroom, but I get yelled at a lot from a gentleman in here. So that's the bathroom.
A lot of yelling.
Lots of yelling. I don't know if anything's on here, but I can try and play it if you. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just say the bathroom, but oh, now he's creepy.
Oh Jesus! Oh my God! Oh, that actually startled me. Oh, my God. Man, I'm jumpy.
That is really creepy. Oh my gosh. So the reason. Oh, I'll say the reason he's here is because the mannequin. So there's part of the yelling. I can't. There's lots of moving around in there, but I don't know what he's doing. So the mannequin.
So wait, so that's.
I put this in right before you guys got here.
No.
Yeah, I get yelled at a lot in that bathroom. I don't.
Wait.
Because I.
That is one of the most violent voices I've ever heard.
And so when I put it up here, I went downstairs and just laid on that little settee in the dining room. I didn't even come back up here once I put this up. And I put them in weird spots. Okay, he's still going.
So let me, real quick, you put this upstairs before we got here.
Right before you got here, yep.
And nobody's been up here.
I want to say I put it up about, because I didn't know what time you guys were coming, so I put it in here about 2:45. I don't even know what time it is now. Yeah.
30, 40
And it's only
minutes?
voice activated, so it's only going to pick up if something. And I have only been downstairs. I've been downstairs the whole time, other than when I put this up here, because it's cooler down there. So,
Well, what,
yeah.
so why do you think the yelling?
I think that might have been the room he committed suicide in. When I put it there, I said, "Charles, is this your room?" Or Peter. Now Peter was his brother. I get a lot of Peters here. Peter's picture actually flew off of the bookcase. I should have shown you when we were in the library. There is a picture. There are two pictures of two guys. One is Peter. One is Fred. Those were Charles's older brothers.
Is that the real old?
No, that'd be Charles, the uncle, in this room. And then on the bookcase in the library, it's kind of down some, so you probably didn't see them. One is Fred and one is Peter. So Mrs. McInteer, the second one, who had 3 sons from a previous marriage, she had Peter, Fred, and Charles. And Charles was the only one that lived here with her. Peter and Fred eventually lived here, but they never met Mr. McInteer. And they didn't die here. Charles did.
And that's very clearly a man's voice.
Yes.
And if you're here
yeah.
alone,
Yes. And he's
would
still
be
going.
physically impossible for you to even make that.
Yeah. And I do put them in. Well, I don't know how long he's gonna. He's just moving around a lot.
Can we walk back into that room real quick?
Yeah.
I'm gonna use this for the beginning of the documentary.
Yeah.
So this is the room where these voices were just recorded.
Yep, I actually had it setting right here. And I just said, Charles, is this your room? Or Peter? And I shut the door and went downstairs. We do get lots of Stephanies here, and it makes me a little uncomfortable. But
Yeah, so that's a very eerie voice.
yeah, and that's actually subtle compared to what I normally get. It's normally just screaming. The shower, sometimes like that.
I've never heard anything like that.
The shower behind you, I was actually in that shower, and there is. Okay. Oh, there's, the bars of soap, and then when they start. Is that a whistle?
Yeah.
Something.
We get lots of whistles.
Caveman.
Yep. So the bar of soap, I was sitting there just washing my hair, and I watched it, and he starts just doing this. And there's something about this bathroom. And
this is the bathroom people don't like to come into?
Yes, a lot of people will not use this bathroom.
Because
they just feel very uncomfortable. Now something mimics people here. Like I've heard my husband talking to me. I was in the shower. He was out mowing. People have heard me talking to them. Right now, am I the only person that feels a breeze?
I did.
You just felt a breeze?
I did.
Yeah, okay. I just felt a breeze.
Is there a vent in here?
No, and we have no AC. Okay, I'm glad you felt
No,
it, because I just felt a
I did.
breeze.
Kind of come like this.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe because you're playing the voice out loud?
Maybe so. Because normally I don't play it in here. I play it out there. I mean, I could even put it back and we could finish the tour and then see if anything talked even then.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Has anything tried to hurt anybody in this room?
People have said they've been scratched. I don't know. A girl said, I was actually here the night she got slapped, but she didn't get slapped. She felt the sting, like the after effect, and you could see a full-on handprint on her cheek. So
very floral.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
that happens a lot.
All of a sudden.
Yep.
That's what I was saying too.
Yes, that happens a
Very.
lot. So I'll put this in here, and now it's recording, and then
Okay.
we can finish the tour, and I can come back up before. I have one more of those recorders, and I put it in another really weird spot. So here, I'll shut this door just so it doesn't pick us up talking, and then this room here. A lot of people don't like this room. It's the kids' room. It's
Ooh.
warm in here. This is another weird spot to put a recorder, but I put it inside this case. I have it next to Big Bird. Is this still recording? Oh, it is still recording. So I don't know if I put this the same time I put that up. Big Bird is not friendly.
What do you
I
mean?
didn't. Well, let's see if I get yelled at from him. Let's go faster. So,
What? Oh my god, I have
Yeah.
chills
This is the
hearing
same.
that.
it's the same kind of it's the same recorder, but I don't think it's the same guy. And then you can hear me talking. That's the difference. Then I came in here just now and picked it up. So, because it was still recording when, so it couldn't. Yeah.
Wow.
So, and I put it. The reason. Okay. Well, first, a lot of people don't like the stall behind you. I named her Esmeralda. She has human hair. There was a night here. I had a girls' night, and I said, "Are you happy we're in here?" It said, "No, I'm not. Stupid dumb bitch." and this evil laugh. Well, I would always pay attention to this doll because she's kind of creepy. Well, I came over here once and I noticed that the blocks, which I had spelled out as McInteer, looked a little just off. So, and it could have been somebody just opening this up, no big deal. So I decided to put my recorder in there, and I put it next to Big Bird, and that's how I noticed. That's how I knew Big Bird was something was talking. And I've moved Big Bird and put it. It sounds silly, but inside the bird cage, and it still talks. Or I'll put it in that bird cage and with the recorder, and it will still talk. It doesn't say the nicest things all the time. Well, she called me a stupid dumb bitch. Here I've gotten "you're dead." Somebody thought it said "you're next" instead of "you're dead," which isn't better. But it said, a lot of people do ask, how do you get to Sesame Street? It sounds silly, but Big Bird doesn't like it. He actually said, don't bug me right now, when somebody said, how do you get to Sesame Street? Then we asked it again and it said, ask a different question. So that's why I put these in like weird locations, because it's not always just in the hallway or just sitting on a table. Lots of times it is, but it's in like just bizarre locations like this. I also like to slide it underneath the library door and sit in the hallway because the door handle jiggles. But that angry man, that's why I don't like the second floor.
Who's the angry man?
Yes. And this room has also captured a baby crying.
Where did you get this doll?
Okay, so a friend, she messaged me one day and she said, it's on one of those Facebook weird thrift store finds.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I'm thinking road trip, because it was in Arkansas. And I guess she thought I wouldn't do it. So the next day I made her come with me to Arkansas. And that's,
And you
it
picked
just,
it up.
I did. It just had a little handwritten note on her that said human hair. It said possibly haunted. And then it said human hair, late 1800s marionette. Yep.
And why don't people like this room?
They don't like this room, I think because of Esmeralda. A lot of people get touched in this room. They get their hair pulled, their butt pinched. Yep, and there's lots of whistling. Now this marionette head looks like he's whistling. I don't know if it's him.
Oh, interesting.
But just like you heard the other whistle, and I'm not sure. Yeah.
Do you think any of that yelling could be something that was brought in with one of these dolls?
It possibly could. I don't bring things in because they're haunted. I don't want to mess with what's in the house because I like what's here. And I don't want people thinking it's things that I brought in. I want people knowing it's the house. But it could possibly. I mean, now I know that things can attach themselves to anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I have brought things in, like upstairs there's a set of furniture that was from a mortuary that sat there for 40 years. I don't know, something's attached to it. I have no idea. But the things before I brought this stuff in, the footsteps have always been here. I've always heard those. The doors opening up have always happened. Lots of the voices, the EVPs we've captured are because of somebody's asking me to check a record or a camera. So like I said, I have cameras all over. And the only reason we captured the stupid dumb bitch comment was because somebody asked me to check a camera, and I did. The evil laugh we've captured in 4 rooms. This room, the master bedroom, the basement, and the dining room, only because somebody asked me to check the camera. We have not heard it with our own ears.
Wow.
And then something in the basement said, I walk around going, hello, because why not? And something in the basement, I go, oh, look, the cat ball's going off, hello. And then you hear something very loud go, hello. And I have that, I'll send over to you. It's crazy, but we don't hear it with our own ears. The baby crying, we did hear with our own ears. So,
wow.
Which is very uncomfortable to hear a baby crying when there's no baby here.
So this is probably
so
the room people are the most freaked out by.
This one, yes, but I actually, when I sleep here and I have some friends over, this is my most comfortable room. I like this room the most out of the entire second floor.
Really?
Yes, I like it. I don't like these stairs. Now these stairs are super uncomfortable at nighttime. These are the servant stairs and it is pitch black at nighttime. But out of the entire second floor, this is my favorite room. It's this hallway. It's the hallway, and you'll see when I'll show you the shadow person. And you can't. When I'm here by myself, I will wear headphones. If I'm spending the night by myself, I will wear headphones all night long. But you can't tune out the vibration. When it's walking up to you and you feel the floor vibrating, you can't tune it out.
Wow.
So yeah, that's why I don't like the second floor. Now up here, I guess I should turn the lights on. It's really hot. But the attic has never made me uncomfortable until about a year ago. And this is the attic.
Wow.
This is what happens when you
creepy.
buy a lot of furniture. Yes, it's crazy. Crazy. Oh my goodness. So the attic has, I find the most activity in this, it seems bizarre out of this entire huge attic. I find the most activity over here in this back corner. There is an angry person. I get yelled at a lot. But something's back there. We do hear furniture being dragged across the floor quite a bit when we're on the second floor. Nothing will have moved. You hear female voices a lot, but they're all whispering.
You have a cat. You have a cat.
There's a ghost cat. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Okay.
I did. Just now, over here.
Wait,
I did too.
You did?
Yeah.
wait, ask again.
Here, kitty. No, I definitely heard it.
Like a
Here.
faint meow.
Yeah, a meow.
People, and I've actually felt it wrap its tail around my ankle in the library. People have messaged me when they're here, they're in the basement, and they're like, do you have a cat? And I'm like, not a live cat. I get that sounds weird too, and they said, no, they felt it in the basement. So all the floors. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's funny.
Wow.
Yeah, I never
Yeah.
told us that.
So
Yep, no,
some
I
sort of
didn't.
A dark angry over here.
Yes.
Any
Yeah.
ideas who or what that might
No,
be?
I will say that the women that we've captured up here, the voices, are always whispering. They're loud, but they're whispering. They're like, I'm here. Or a lot of women get shushed. I was sitting on the green chair here, and a friend was sitting next to me, and something stuck their head like right in between us and shushed us. There was one evening, there was an event here, and after everyone went to sleep, I came up here, and I slept on the green chair, put my recorder on the table, and it sounded like a full-on argument. Two males yelling at each other. Then you hear, get back here, and then you hear the footsteps walking away. And I was like, I didn't hear any of that. I mean, I heard shuffling around, but I did not hear that.
Wow.
So yeah. People have told me like they've seen chairs move. I've never seen something like that. I'm glad. I'm good. But the women, I don't think I've heard any children up here, but I have heard women whispering and men yelling.
Any uncomfortable?
Yes, I don't like it up here anymore. I used to be really okay up here. And there was one night I wasn't okay. I called my son up and I'm like, just talk to me because I want to put a recorder up here, but I didn't want to come up by myself. So he's just on the phone with me. And I'm like, what the F is that? What the F is that? And I could see shadows just moving around up here. And it's really uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable up here.
And that was when you decided you didn't like
That's when I decided I didn't like it up here.
Just
Yeah.
seeing shadows.
Seeing
and
shadows,
a
yep.
vibe.
You also see shots of light, like especially in this back corner. It's not a car light. I mean, I do have windows up here, but there's a difference in the car light and the pulsing just on the wall. It happens on the second floor also. The basement it happens, but they're more colored lights, like red or green or blue, which is really bizarre. But yeah, the hell? Did you hear that?
I heard that, yeah.
Okay. I don't know what the hell that was, sorry. Okay, and now my face is like all...
Right?
What the hell was that?
Is there any interesting history up here?
That was strange.
It was very strange.
Like, why
Okay.
would why would this area be haunted? Any history? Nothing.
In the house or
Or just this attic area?
I don't know. When it was a boarding house, a lot there. I'm not a psychic, medium, sensitive, any of that. But we've had people say that there are men that did not do nice things to women, and that's why women are already shushing. I am like, what the hell was that? Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. So, thank you, house. That they're keeping them quiet. So I don't have any documentation. There's also no documentation on this, but quite a lot of people have said that there's a hanging in the attic. They also think it's over here. Now the tower, if there was a hanging, it's a really cool tower. I mean, I can show you, actually,
Sure.
part of the history, this is really cool. The architect who designed the house, his name is W. Angelo Powell, and he designed the Washington Monument.
Really?
Yes, yep. He also designed the funeral car for Zachary Taylor, and he designed this house. So, this is the tower where people say that somebody might have hung themselves, but honestly, a lot of people believe it's over in that back corner.
This
Is this a bell tower? Was there
I don't think there was a bell. No. Mm-mm.
I mean, it does
But
look
it's-
like a good place to be
I'm like,
hanged.
yeah, exactly. I'm like, it's, yeah.
Oh, it feels
Haunted
much
mansion
better
is.
here.
It does, doesn't it? We should just sit over here.
Yeah.
It does.
Wow.
Oh, my
Where is
goodness.
that furniture that you brought in from the
Oh,
mortuary?
the furniture is actually over here where we were standing.
Of course.
Yep. So the two skeletons. This should tell you how often I come up here by myself. I don't. But last Valentine's Day, I was decorating. We're having a Valentine party, and I was so it's the yellow furniture here. All this yellow furniture. This sat in a mortuary for 40 years. But I was decorating for Valentine's Day, and I heard my friend coming up the stairs, and I was just waiting for her because I could hear her walking up the stairs. I waited, and then I just called her. She was in the kitchen. She goes, "I haven't left the kitchen." And I'm like, "I'm coming down." So it does get really uncomfortable. Things like you can feel that following you down the stairs, following you up the stairs. You can just be here and you can hear something coming up the stairs or whatever the heck that was earlier. I don't know. But yeah, so this is the furniture that sat in the mortuary.
Eerie looking furniture.
Yeah, isn't it?
Well,
Crazy.
we can go down to the basement if that's
Awesome,
the last
that is.
stop.
Yep, that is. Okay.
Yeah, it is roasting.
It is. Oh my gosh.
Should I close this door?
Oh yes, please. It will make the hallway miserably hot.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. And I will take you guys down to the basement. We'll go this way. Now these are the servant stairs. And doesn't feel like a big difference just leaving that attic. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Yes. So the servant stairs to me at nighttime, I will not use. I won't use them at all. I don't have to hear anything. It is pitch black. It is super uncomfortable. So this is the basement. It will smell like a basement. But there are 7 rooms, and watch your step. I will turn off this dehumidifier.
Wow. Oh, this is
Oh my
spooky down
gosh!
here.
Wow.
So out of the 7, I start on this side. There's 2 rooms on this side. So I've honestly never really investigated this side. A lot of people have, and they don't like this room at all, at all. I'm not sure why. I don't know. I normally just investigate on the other side because it's to me the most uncomfortable. I can tell you what people have told me about the basement, and there were possibly illegal medical procedures on women, illegal adoptions, illegal liquor sales, no documentation, I don't know. But this room that we're standing in, this is another room we heard a baby crying, very clearly. The rooms around the corner, to me, are the most uncomfortable. So there are these 2 rooms. There's a room here that has been really weird lately. So,
This really does look like a murder.
doesn't it? It looks like you're gonna get murdered. It does.
Chamber.
Yes, it does. It's crazy. It is crazy. This room here, what's bizarre, and if it's not paranormal, I want someone to tell me what it is. But I came down here one night because my friend and I are crazy and we play Yahtzee in the middle of the night. We just put our headlamps on. So I came in this room and this bar was like that. So no big deal. I took a picture of it because I thought it was weird and I put it back. 2 days later, the bar was back. Which was weird because no one had been here. So it's only happened 3 times where the bar has been here, but now something's digging. Now I will say, no one has been here since I was here on Sunday. I left Sunday with a friend. There were starting to be holes here. They're deeper than they were on Sunday.
What?
Something's digging. There are no track marks. We have no critters, but something's digging. And it looks like it would have been this bar because, well, it just looks like it's a perfect fit, but no one's been here.
So right here.
Yes. Plus it looks like this could have been like a cage or something. It's perfect. There's like little nail holes. So that is why, and it seems bizarre that I have a little baby here with the cat ball. Somebody posted, does the cat ball even work? Okay, somebody posted, and it's not easy for it to leave where it's sitting, but somebody posted a week ago Sunday that the cat ball actually came out of her lap and went uphill 8 to 10 inches. I've not seen it. They have not sent me a video, so I don't know. They just said it did it. But yeah, I'm not sure. And if somebody tells me that no, this is from, maybe there's a water leak, maybe there's something, and then I won't say it's paranormal, but until then, I don't know what it could be. People hear metal scraping, and it kind of sounds like this. I'm not sure, but
This
something
is
has
really
been digging.
hard.
It is really hard. And like I said, I tell people, look for little track marks. You're not gonna find any, but if you do, I mean, let me know. But
And
yeah.
those are obviously holes from it being
Yes, and they were
punched.
not there. And you can tell when it's fresh dirt. I do not have a camera in this room because I know that it will stop. And that sounds weird, but it will stop. And people tell me, well, then dig. And I'm like, I'm not going to dig because I want to see what happens. Obviously something's digging. I just don't know what. So I do ask when I'm, when I have people over, I'm like, what'd you bury in my basement? Is there a head down there? It looks like the size of a head, doesn't it? It looks like there could be one. I don't know.
Hey, what was that? Yeah, that was a big boom with it. Maybe your air
There what?
conditioning or like a
Oh. Air, the AC
on the
is not-
floor. Like a
That was really
it was
loud.
How did I
loud.
not hear it? Probably because I'm loud.
You were talking and it happened.
Oh my God. Oh, well, the next thing I was going to say is there's no, well, you're going to see cobwebs if you look up there, but there's no subflooring. So it's very easy to hear people talking upstairs, people walking upstairs, or whatever the heck that was. About 2 weeks ago, I was giving a tour, and another tour was supposed to show up at a certain time. It was like 10 minutes before they were supposed to be here, and we could hear them talking upstairs. I'm like, oh crap, they got here early. So I ran upstairs, and they weren't there, and I'm like, hello, hello. And then I thought they had just gone up to the second floor. So I went up to the second floor, no one was here. And the group actually had their phone recording, and they captured the voices, but no one was up there. So that's really weird that, okay. All right, boy, this house is just, thank you, house.
Even this floor, I was going to say this whole, because people will comment, but if it were an animal, a raccoon or anything, you'd have like actual, well,
That's
scratch
why,
marks.
yes,
You don't-
and there aren't
You don't have
any.
any. So it's
Right, and
like
I'm
poke.
right, and I've been the only one. So, okay, Friday night I had some friends over, and one of the girls made the comment, "Okay, I'm taking a mental note of what it looks like," because she was coming back the next day for the event on Saturday night. So I came down here Saturday during the day, but I walked right past it. I looked, and I just kept going. She comes down here and she's like, "It looks like fresh dirt," and I go, "That's what I thought. It looks like fresh dug dirt from the night, different from the night before." But I did have a camera over here just for a few days and nothing. So I took it down, and then that's when it looked like fresh dirt.
Weird.
So I don't know what's going on in this room.
Honestly.
This room is, if there were illegal medical procedures, I found a doctor bag from the early 1900s with the obstetric equipment in it. My husband thinks I'm weird, but I think it's business. But I'm not sure what all is down in the basement. I can say that a lot of people don't like the basement. I mean, first of all, it does look very creepy. There are 7 rooms. When you hear a baby crying, that's kind of creepy. Men, again, screaming. Women whispering. Women moaning. I'm in pain moan, not the good moan. So it's uncomfortable. I mean, when you're hearing things like that, but you're also hearing little kids say, "I love you, don't leave me." So I'm not sure what took place in the basement. I can just tell you what other people have told me took place.
It feels like bad energy.
You said bad energy?
Bad energy, yeah. I just feel kind of like I don't feel well, kind of.